Well, I just got informed that I only have 90 seconds to give a 20-minute speech I had planned. So I got crammed into a really short amount of time. That's all right. You know what? I got the mic. I'll talk as long as I want.
Hey, TikTok, turn it over.
I'll get right to it. I love this guy. I love this guy. And I don't know where to start. I could really talk all night about everything he's done for me, all the experiences we've shared. And I don't remember when we became friends, but I will always remember the day that we met. And that was a long time ago. He was 10 years old at a military school, wearing a uniform every day. And it was my first day on the job at his school as his new drill instructor. So on that day, we were definitely not friends. I walk on the campus, and of all the little kids running around, he was one of the very first ones that was brave enough to come up to me and introduce himself. And he stood at attention in front of me, and he has this baby face that he still has now. When he shaves and he wears those glasses, he looks exactly like he did that moment he stood in front of me. And you know how some people just leave an impression on you? Well, that was what he did. Out of all the kids, I remember the moment I met Nico. He looks up at me, and you know the subject that he wanted to talk about all day? Any guesses? What subject?
Guns.
Guns. I'm surprised no one said beer, but yeah, guns. He was 10. So guns, he talked all day about guns. But you know what else he used to always talk about? He would talk about his grandpa. Grandpa Dick. He would
Was
talk
it
about.
good or bad?
It was all good.
All bad.
He was so proud of you, just to know you. And he was surprised when he said, "Do you know Dick Marconi?" And I said, "Well, no, I don't know him." He was surprised I didn't know you, because he thought everybody knows my grandpa. At that time, I didn't know you. And you, Kim, and Uncle John, you did a fantastic job raising this man. I am so happy to know him, and thank you for sharing him with me and everyone else. Thank you for
You're
that.
welcome, thank you.
So I've got so many stories I can tell about Nico, but I think I've bored everybody. It'll be a really long night. But I'll whittle it down, past 90 seconds already. But this is the kid who, when he was in junior high school, he was not a bad kid, but he was very aggressive, very ambitious. So the head coach bought a punching bag just for him, pointed outside of his office, and that was just for Nico to beat up so he would stay out of trouble. And it stood there for 2 decades. And we just now took it down recently. But it kept him out of trouble pretty good, for the most part. He goes on to high school, and he was the kid who rappels off the 2nd-story balcony with parachute cord, which is like shoestring, basically. This is the kid who shows up to my summer camp I ran, and within an hour he has his shirt off. This is December. He has his shirt off, a bandana around his head, and he's digging trenches and filling sandbags. That's Nico. This is the kid who, he was my assistant instructor at one point. He shows up in his own car, all proud. He said, "I brought some supplies for us." 16 years old. Opens the trunk, and guess what was inside the trunk? The supplies.
Beer.
Beer and guns. I don't know if I should be proud of him or make him do push-ups. But that was the day me and Captain Brock, another Marine we used to work with, he sat him down and said, "Look, kid, when you graduate high school, you got to join the Marine Corps, the Army, or something. Otherwise, you're going to get in trouble." Sure enough, he joined the Corps, did a lot of things. And I'll just sum it up real quick. He has nothing to prove anymore, that's for damn sure. And he has a lot of stories to tell that he can share someday if he wants to. But after he got out of the Corps, we were hanging out, and the man he is now, the Nico that I know, is the guy who, here's an example. We're at a stoplight, he's the passenger, he gets out and helps an old man across the crosswalk. That's Nico. That's Nico.
Good boy, Nico.
This is the guy who were at a bar one night, these young punks are trying to start a fight, and they get in Nico's face, and within a few minutes, they're having beers with us. Because that's him, that's what he does. He's a warrior gentleman.
Oh, I love that.
And so, you know, as he's like a little brother, a nephew, and over time I've discovered he is like the son I never had. And I mean that sincerely. And because of that, I worry about him when he goes off places. We all do, guarding walls and hurting bad guys. But I know he can take care of himself, but his heart, I want to make sure that's taken care of. But when I met you, Angelina, I knew that his heart is in very capable hands. And I know Nico loves you. He confides in me, and I know that you're in great hands, and He'll always protect you. I'm thrilled that you're together now forever. Sincerely. So let's raise our glasses.
Yep.
Raise
our glasses.
First to the man who takes on life's challenges with the tenacity and enthusiasm of a flying squirrel. And to the woman, the mama bear princess, who can catch more fish than a grizzly bear in a mountain stream. And to the marriage, may it be full of love, babies, and lots of kisses.
Yes.
To Mr. and Mrs. Detour, send it to Jesus.